Hello, good evening. I'm Sayuri. For those of you that this is your first time seeing my live, welcome. I welcome old viewers and new viewers. We're just coming back from the summer, and I hope you all had a safe, exciting, and great summer. I hope you got to go on some trips, some long trips, some short trips, and did some things that you enjoy. And now we're entering back into the fall. For most of you who don't know, I'm Sayuri. Sayuri is a Korean name that stands for overcomer. That's what it means. And my job has been for the past almost 20 years, I've been an advocate against domestic violence for women. I've also done motivational speaking, some support group stuff. And now we're getting ready to approach Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It starts in October. So I just want to warm you up a little bit as to what will be coming, what I'll be talking about. And I know that some of you, let me see, it seems like I feel something in my eye right here. I noticed some of you will say domestic violence is not a subject for me. No, it's not for everybody, but it could be happening to your sister. It could be happening to your daughter. It could be happening to your friend. It could be happening to your coworker. And this is why it's good to be educated on this subject, because even if it's not for you, it's information that you surely can pass on that can help another woman, that could help another person in this situation. And I'm not going to outlaw men, because men are in the shelters now too for domestic violence. This is something you didn't see years ago. Men were in shelters for many different reasons. It could have been homelessness, this or that. But now men are also experiencing domestic violence in their relationships as well. So it's a subject that can be talked about, because a lot of people are not educated on it. And a lot of people, especially if you grew up under this kind of thing, you think it's normal, or you think, oh, they're doing this to me because they love me. And, just all sorts of reasons. But I'm not going to get into it deep in this video, but I am going to get deep with you and with this subject. But in this video, I just want to reintroduce myself, because I've taken a break for the summer. Just like everybody else, I needed a little time off to, do some things. I went on a cruise, a 4-island cruise for 7 days. It was wonderful. Took every dime I had, but it was worth it. Let me tell you, it was worth it. And now I'm back. The fall is here, and we got all this stuff coming up, because as a lot of you know, the fall is just filled with holidays, and I don't know about you, but I'm a person that, when I was raising my daughter, and all of that, the holidays excited me, because I always wanted to make sure that it was really nice for her. I used to like to see her get excited. But for me, the holidays is not such a big deal, because I'm thankful every day. So I don't need to go out and spend an extra $200 and $300 because it's Thanksgiving. I don't need to go out and spend and run up all my charge cards because it's Christmas. I don't need to go crazy because it's the new year. I'm thankful every day. And that's what we all should adopt, a spirit of being thankful every day. Okay? And not just spending all your money when you could be paying off your credit cards and doing other things so that you can go on a cruise or go abroad or something next year. You can't do that when you done spent all your money on the holidays. So, y'all, we getting ready to enter this season, but I'm telling you now, don't get all caught up and get caught out there on the holidays. It's just another day. Like they say, don't let the hoopla excite you, and all of that. So anyway, I'm going to introduce some things that I'm going to be talking about in my upcoming videos. If it's not for you, like I said, I hope you will pass it on. I hope that you would share it with other people, with someone that you know that may be going through this. Maybe something in my lives will help them, because I will be giving out a lot of information, a lot of places where you can get resources and things like that. And if you have children, don't worry about that. We got places now that will cover you and your children. Okay, so starting next month, we're going to be talking about some of these things. Some of our topics for discussion is going to be defining domestic violence as power and control over another person. The second things is red flags. Going to have a discussion about red flags. We're going to have a discussion about grooming, manipulation, isolation, and abuse. And all abuse is not physical. There's mental and emotional abuse. Okay, we're going to talk about making a paper trail. A lot of women are scared to do that, but a paper trail can save your life. We're going to be putting a plan in place. Okay, we're going to do a Q&A, do some research on how to get out, how to get away. Then we're going to talk about topics like getting the results you want, reflection of one's self. Because sometimes we lose ourselves in situations. We really do. We give 150% and then we don't leave nothing for ourselves, okay? So we want to get into ourselves, getting your power back and things like that, getting the results you want, okay? Reflection of oneself. Sometimes we got to look at the way we think and the way we're acting, okay? Because it takes inner change, and we're going to talk about how to do that, how to make some inner change. Becoming what you want. And that don't mean I want to be a star, so let me become a star. That means become, what kind of person you want for your life partner, right? You want to become what you want, because to attract what you want, you actually have to be that. So learning how to become what you want. Okay. And then we'll be discussing other things in the educational part of it, making a life plan for those who need a little assistance and guidance and putting a plan together. Okay, we're going to talk about living spaces. Where do you want to live? Just because you live somewhere don't mean that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life, okay? It is okay to make a move, okay? What environment do you want for you and your children, okay? Letting life take its own course, because sometimes we try to manipulate and control things, and there's some things that we just have to let life happen, okay? We're going to talk about no forced situations, and y'all know what that means. That means if it don't force it, don't fit. If it don't fit, don't force it. If it don't fit, don't force it. So no forced situations. That's going to be a big one we're going to talk about. And then we're going to talk about moving slowly and strategically. We're going to talk about desperate moves that equal bad choices. Don't follow the leader. Respecting yourself and making the changes needed. These are all the topics we're going to cover. A few more. Self-esteem, esteeming others, and being in a judgment-free zone. Being open to change. Change can be a good thing. Choices. We're going to talk about choices we make. Having patience in everything. Recipes for success And we're going to learn that it's not rebellion. Okay? Valuing your body as your temple, as something special. And giving respect to gain respect. Okay? These are going to be the topics that we're going to cover. Now, I know I read off a lot of titles to you. Okay? So this is not something that's going to be spoken in one night. This is something that's probably going to take course from now up to the new year. But I just want to prepare you so that you'll know the type of stuff that we're going to be talking about, the kind of stuff that I'm going to introduce to you. Okay? And it's going to be good. That's all I can tell. All I can tell you. It's going to be good, and I hope that you will hit your notification button. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, so that you can be notified every time I put a new video out, which will probably be once a week. I used to do it on Fridays. I don't know what day I'm going to pick yet, but Fridays has always been my go-to day in the past, Fridays or Saturdays. And if something came up on Friday, then I would do it on Saturday. But I will come on once a week and I will talk about these issues. And know what, people? Don't turn up your nose and say, oh, I don't want to talk about that. No domestic violence. Ain't nobody beating on me. I don't need to hear that. You don't have to be beaten on physically. You could be beaten on mentally. You could be beaten on emotionally. You can be beaten on stressfully. There's a lot of domestic violence covers a lot of areas. And I know that you've heard about love bombing. I know you've heard about situationships that are like fake relationships. I know you've heard about gaslighting. I know you've heard about breadcrumbing people, holding on to their life by throwing them a crumb here and there. We're going to talk about some serious stuff. So I want y'all to be ready, because I've always had, and especially the people that followed me on Facebook for 2 years, they know I did lives on there. I will say what other people won't say. I will say what you're thinking, but what you won't say out loud, because it needs to be said, because we can't heal stuff by hiding stuff. We have to call a thing, as Iyanla would say. That's what she used to say. And that was a term that she used that I really liked. Call a thing a thing. No, we're trying to call it something that is not. Call it what it is, because it is what it is. And it ain't nothing else. Okay? And when I finish, you're going to know what you know. And when you know what you know, you can't go back. You can't go nowhere else. But anyway, it's all good, and it's all to uplift somebody, to enlighten somebody, to encourage somebody, to motivate somebody, especially women. I have a heart for all people, but I'm geared towards women, and I just want to see people get the love and the respect and the comfort and the peace in life that they want. Okay. So I want you to look out for me on Fridays and Saturdays. We're going to talk about domestic violence, because that is my area of expertise. I'll tell you all about my credentials later. I'm also a 3-time published author. I have trained in these things. I have worked for some of the largest domestic violence agencies in North Carolina and Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm going to bring a wealth of information to you, because I've sat up close and personal with women who have been through this, women who have walked away from mansions, from fabulous cars, from all types of things, to have peace, because peace is so essential now in the times we living in and in the world we living in. And us women got to be strong for one another. We got to support one another. We got to be there for one another. Okay, so I ain't gonna hold you too long, and even on my future discussions, I'm gonna try to put a 15-minute limit on it to get through the discussion, because I know when something is too long and lengthy, people get tired, and I don't want that to happen, because I don't want you to miss nothing. you know. And I'm just going to help you to get back to being the queen that you was and the queen that you know you are. Okay? So I hope to see you next week here on my channel. This is Saya Reed. You have a good night, a safe night, and a peaceful night. See you next week.